Yeah.
First of all, welcome, sir, in this podcast organized by Law Champs. And before diving into the question answers round, I would like to give a brief introduction of our guest of honor. So, among us today, we have distinguished judicial magistrate Pratyush Srivastav. He has completed his BA LLB from Bharatiya Vidyapeeth. He has over 5 years of experience in civil litigation, courtroom management, and in legal research. So, with this, I extend a very warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you so much.
thank you so much, sir, for joining us from your busy schedule. With this, I would just take one very important question. So, can you walk us through with your journey of judicial magistrate and what aspires you to become judicial magistrate?
I completed my law from Bharati Vidyapeeth in the batch of 2011 to 2016. And after passing from there in the year to 2016, I joined as law researcher in Patna High Court. So there I got the opportunity to assist the honorable lordships who are presiding the benches of honorable high courts. And also with the fact that my father is also like he has retired, so that time he was like posted as a district judge. So I got the motivation from there that I always wish that I should also be a part of judiciary on the bench side. And nevertheless, bench and bar both are like both goes hand in hand. So I opted with the bench side. So you can say that I got that kind of motivation from my father, because in the from my childhood days I used to witness his like work culture and demeanor. So I was quite inclined towards judicial services.
That's great to know. So, we can take from you that your father was one of yourself motivating person whom you aspire to become judicial officer.
Yes.
So my next question that it is highly observed that judicial magistrate exam is quite challenging among the all other competitive exams. So how did you manage to stay motivated to keep on the challenges going balanced with you in your preparation journey?
Okay, for this, I would like to say that during the preparation phase, yes, you are correct that at times you get up and down. But the best way to have a check over yourself is to just give mock test. Time and again, just appear in mock test. Like they are free of cost also. Like there are several platforms from where you can have the mock test scheduled. So by that you will get an overall idea. It's not about like that you will feel demotivated or something like that. It's just you will like get an idea that where you are actually standing. Because if you are preparing now, so at times it feels that yes, you are the best, because you are competing with yourself only at that moment of time. But if you get an overall idea, overall scenario of all the candidates who are preparing like in parallel with you, so you get your ranking, you get your marks. So that definitely it helps you to make you to bring some betterment within you. So that I
Yes,
will
sir.
say that is
From here, I can take that giving mock test is really important apart from just preparing your notes and everything. Yes,
yes.
I do take a note of it. So, my next question is that while the aspirants are preparing for the exam, they are disciplined, they are preparing their note, but one of the loophole that highly observed is that they are very inconsistent. We can't blame the aspirants directly, but there are times that they turned into so inconsistency that they lack in achieving their goals. So what your take into it?
Yeah, it's like human tendency that you cannot do a particular thing for like 24/7, 365 days. But obvious that's not normal, natural. So no need to worry about that. But the only thing is that one can manage it like fix 6 days for study. Like study means like focused study, like 9-10 hours study, and one day like complete enjoyment. You can have your favorite food. You can have your like a drive, something like that. You can going out with friends and all that. So you can give that time even during preparation. I'm not saying that if suppose your examination is just 10 days scheduled from like from today, after 10 days your exam are there, so you are not supposed to do this. But during your preparation phase you can like you can have a cheat day. something like that. So just to relax.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like the gym person has their cheat days, we can go with the
Yeah.
cheat day for the judicial aspirant as well. Sir, is there any mantra that you have to study for 10 hours in one sitting, or you have to dedicate 12 hours in a day to just achieve your goal?
No, you see, I would say like see the mental aspect and the potential, or you can say the overall assessment. Because see, the like the background differs from person to person, candidates to candidates. So you cannot say that everyone has to study for 10 hours or everyone is study for just like 5 hours. It depends from like what is your mental capability, in how much time you are taking all the key materials. So might be in your case it could be 5 hours. In my case it could be 10 hours. So it hardly matters. Time hardly matters. Just the thing is that how much time that is taking you to just memorize it, to just go with it. So that's the main thing. Apart from like time issues.
Okay. So my next question is that holding such a responsible position of judicial magistrate now, from this experience to as compared when you were an aspirant preparing for judicial magistrate, so what shift has been changed in real time holding this position and just imagining while you were preparing?
Yeah, like there is quite difference between like when I was preparing, like if you take me as Pratyush of 2019 or 2018 and now in 2025. So my mind perspective has changed quite a lot. Because see, when we are preparing, we think theoretically. But when like now I'm presiding as civil judge and also with at judicial magistrate. And in my previous posting, I was previously posted as a civil judge come traffic magistrate of Bareilly zone. So I have to deal with the traffic chalani cases of almost 11 districts. So there I realized that like in general scenario, if I am putting this question to the candidates or like to the aspirants. So if suppose a person is violating the traffic rules, in general, the person will say that yes, he should be punished. He should be penalized with the fine and all that. And in some cases, imprisonment should also be offered. But if you are like holding the court, then you will realize that see, if suppose a person is breaking the law, breaking the signal to go to hospital, you are imposing 2000 rupees. And a person who is just riding and roaming around the city irritating in each and every citizen of India, you are also fining him with the same amount, that is 2000 rupees. So this is not natural justice. So this you will realize only and only when you are on the practical side. Because theoretically it will say that whosoever violates the law will be punished with this much of amount. But in actual the position differs. Like it's same in the criminal nature. Like if suppose a person who is in need of some wood, there has been a case before me. I was presiding it. So he like he like took away some woods from forest. So and when I asked that why you have picked those woods, it is illegal under Forest Act. You did a wrong under Forest Act. So he said that just to have the livelihood of my family, I did this. So in that case also 3 years maximum imprisonment. And the persons who are just smuggling with the oats and all that, these they are cutting down the forest at a large scale, a very large scale, they will also be punished with 3 years. So this is not natural justice. So this you will understand like only after dealing with these practical aspects. Because law is similar, but the situation differs from like case to case. So
Uh, Sir, I would just quote you very beautifully in just 2 minutes. Explain what is natural justice with so many practical examples. And I'm really very enlightened hearing your this example because while writing the papers, most of the time aspirants are confused that how to write down the answers which they already have in their mind. So I think your the technique of just in 2 minutes explaining the natural justice and connecting, it was really very beautifully defined. So my next question and most wanted question from our aspirant, what are the advices and suggestions you want to give to the aspirants who are preparing for such examination?
like advice, you can say not advice, just like a suggestion, you can say. Just give you 100%. Because see, when you are preparing, there are like hardly 100, 200 seats, to be very frank and honest. So something is about luck also. I'm saying it's not that who are not being selected, they are not talented. Might be they are more talented than me, but it's just because of that day, because in one day you cannot decide that that person is correct, is highly like talented, and the other person who is out is not talented. So give your 100%, do your best, but one sentence I can say that uh, prepare your best, hope for the best, and be ready for the wars.
Yes, sir. Your this optimistic approach is really, really very nice to understand.
I'd like to say that this is not the end of the world, because ultimately, if you are not being selected as as civil judge, then you are having option of HJS. Then even if suppose you are not being selected as a higher judicial in like directly ADJ after 35 years of attaining the age of 35 years, then you can practice, and then you can directly be elevated to Honorable High Court. And that also then you can also be elevated directly Supreme Court. So chances are always there. And God knows, if you are practicing, then you will find better way in bar side as compared to bench side. So I don't assume that this is the end of the story if you are not being selected. No, that is actually the start of the story, you can say.
And yes, your this clear message was highly required for the people preparing and the entire law industry. So, as the time is barrier, I'll just take one last question and then we can conclude. Since now you're holding such a great responsibility, so sir, what according to you is justice?
Justice is like witnessing the exact scenario and dictating your judgment and order accordingly. Because you cannot adopt a straight jacket formula for each and every cases or suits. Like in civil suits, you must have heard that the civil suits are languishing in like since decades and decades. So I have decided a suit of 1986. So justice is all about balancing. I would like to say that justice is nothing but a sort of balancing, that how you are balancing things all together. So I would like to just say this only. Justice is not giving a proper representation to this one or that one, but a sort of balancing. Because if you just pronounce life imprisonment, still as of now I'm not empowered to pass life imprisonment. But if suppose you are passing life imprisonment, so you have to think also about the human right of that person, that what he will do for the next 20 years. Yes, definitely he has did such type of crime, that's why he's getting that kind of punishment. But at the same time, as a judge, you have to think. So it justice is nothing but a balancing sort of thing.
Yes, sir, getting your observation and defining justice so properly is really very enlightening. Thank you so much, sir. Your message and your tips and tricks and your optimistic approach is highly, highly appreciated. And I think once our podcast will be live, the listeners will gain a lot of positive attitude. Thank you so much for joining from your busy schedule. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome, welcome.